Hello students, welcome to my channel Brothers Academy. Today we are going to learn chapter 3 Formatting Documents in Microsoft Word, chapter 3 part 3. In today's video we will discuss the questions raised in the previous session followed by some of the page formatting options like indenting text, inserting a line break, page orientation and set paper size. Finally, we will end the session with a short quiz. So, let's begin. Questions which we raised in the last session. The first one was, what is page formatting? And the answer is, making changes to the default settings of a page is known as page formatting. What are the 5 tab stops in the Word document? And the answer is, 5 tab stops in the Word document are left tab stop, center tab stop, right tab stop, decimal tab stop, and bar tab. The next one, how many margins a Word document has? And the answer is, a Word document has 4 margins, top, bottom, left, and right. Where are the top and bottom margins indicated? And the answer is, the top and bottom margins are indicated on the vertical ruler. And the last one, a bar tab inserts a dash bar at the tab position. And the answer is vertical. A bar tab inserts a vertical bar at the tab position. So now let us continue with today's session. The first topic is indenting text. Students, the word indent is used to describe the distance or the number of blank spaces used to separate a paragraph from the left or the right margins. So when you write a paragraph, there are some margins or some white spaces which you leave from left as well as from right. That white spaces describes the indent. And there are 2 ways you can do the indentation. One is indentation using tab and the another one is indentation using indent markers at the left of the horizontal ruler. So the one which you see on the horizontal ruler, this symbol, this is actually the indent marker. So let us learn more about this indentation. This is the Microsoft Word. Students, indentation is a very important element in formatting. So now let us take a look how we can indent the different paragraphs in the Microsoft Word. So this is our indent marker. So if I want to indent only the first line of the paragraph, I can press the tab key and you can see this indent marker has moved. If you hover over here, you will see the first line indent. Okay. Now let me press the Ctrl Z. Now if I want to indent the entire document, what I can do, I can select all the paragraphs in the Microsoft Word and move this indent marker and my whole paragraph will do the indentation. So this way you can do the indentation in Microsoft Word. Students, I want you to try out this option, indentation, on your own, on your machine to get a better understanding. Students, let me show you how we can insert a line break in the Microsoft Word. The shortcut for inserting a line break is Shift plus Enter key. So, if you wish to begin text from the new line, you can just enter Shift plus Enter and your cursor will be moved to the next line and you can write your text. So this is how we can insert a line break in the Microsoft Word. So the next one is the page orientation. What is page orientation? You can print a document along the length or the breadth of the page. This is called page orientation. And there are two different types of page orientation. One is portrait and another one is landscape. Portrait is if the document is to be printed along the breadth of the paper, the page orientation is called portrait. However, if the document is to be printed along the length of the paper, then the orientation is called landscape. And how we can change this orientation? You go to the layout tab. In the layout tab, this is the page setup dialog box. So you click on this and you will see this page setup dialog box. So by default, your orientation is portrait. But if you wish to change this to landscape, you just click on this landscape and click on OK. And you can see your page orientation has changed to landscape. There is also one option, this orientation tab over here. If you hover at orientation tab, you will see it will give you the message change page orientation. You can click on this orientation and you can see the landscape is selected. If you select portrait, your page orientation will be moved to portrait. So this way you can change the page orientation in the Microsoft Word. Students, I want you to try out both the options, inserting a line break and page orientation on your machine to get a better understanding. Students, let us learn how we can set the paper size in Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word allows you to set the page size according to the size of the paper on which you will print the document. Students, so far you might have printed your documents on A4 size paper, or you might have used only the A4 size paper. But there are situations when you need to print your document on a bigger size of paper. For example, you have a drawing which is very, you know, which is very big and has a good height and width. In those scenarios, you have to change your paper size in the Microsoft Word. And how we can do that? There are two ways to set the paper size. One is using the page setup dialog box. So you go to the layout tab, click on the page setup dialog box. Once you click on this, you will get a page setup dialog box. There are three tabs here: margins, paper, and layout. Go to the paper tab. You can select the paper size from this drop down option. So there are various options available. You can also define your width and height as per your requirement. For example, if I select this as tabloid and click on OK, you can see there is a change in my paper size. And the second option is size option under the layout tab. So under the layout tab, you can see the size option is there. You can click here and you can select the various options available here. You can choose any one of the option from this list. For example, if I select A4, which is the standard paper size, so you can see this has changed to the A4 size. So let me show you again this size option. And if you click on more paper sizes, it will take you to the page setup dialog box. So this way you can set your paper size in the Microsoft Word. Just for your knowledge purpose, so there are various paper sizes and their width and height I have mentioned here from A0 to A8. So this way you can set the paper size and print your document on a different paper size as per your requirement. Students, I want you to try out this option on your machine to get a better understanding on how we can set the paper size in Microsoft Word. Now, time for a short quiz. The first question which I have for you is how we can indent first line of the text in Microsoft Word. Second one, which key combination need to be used to insert a line break in Microsoft Word? The next one, default page orientation in Word is dash. What are the two options to set the paper size? Thank you students for your time. Please go through the videos thoroughly and try all the topics which we discussed on your machine. I will be uploading the remaining videos of this chapter in few days. Till then, bye bye. Take care.